This is Elanders, and welcome to my presentation. Throughout our class, we've been talking about virtual environments. Well, the one I've chosen to focus on is called IMVU. Now, this particular website, IMVU, stands for Instant Messaging Universe. Basically, IMVU is a 3D virtual chat room that enables the character to have freedom to do whatever they choose to do through both the environments of the chat rooms, the clothing of the character, and everything they can find in the shop. So it really helps you kind of get that nice escape that a paradise vacation will give you. Also, much to my surprise, because I did put this as a great experiment while doing this research project. Anyways, let's get started with our adventure. Right behind this slide, you will see, right now, you will see the login screen, which is what you see every time you first log in to IMVU, and you'll have your options to buy credits, chat rooms, all of these little buttons, including shop, your dressing, your own home, and friends, email messaging, all sorts of stuff. So let's start exploring with the dresswear. Alright, I have taken a screenshot of my first closet wardrobe ensemble that I put on, which is a medieval outfit. Now, as you'll see from the screen top, you have everything from tops, bottoms, shoes, accessories, then you go to skins, you go to eyes, hair, all of the above, including dance moves. Yes, these have actually been programmed to dance, which for those of us who can't because of other medical circumstances, that is a ginormous release of being able to actually have a character of some sort dance where you can't. It's kind of a nice experience. But anyways, this particular one, I actually went to the shop, and the medieval jacket that she's wearing is a separate piece. Alright. Now we're going to move to the shop tab, which I have loaded up, and we have a few things on this. First of all, our clothing options. I decided to be crazy and research kimonos for this one. So first off, my character is modeling one of the short kimonos. Secondly, you'll see her in a longer one, and as you can tell on the right side of the screen with the little screenshot, there are different credit prices. Well, the higher the credits, the more the creator ends up receiving in credits or bank tokens of what they've created. Because all of the items that are here in the shop, which I need to mention, are made by members that have been there for a while and have decided to contact the original creators of the game and get it started so that they can actually earn money and put it on their resume and so forth for creating all of these animation items. So the details of them get more intense and really cool. Now, if you will look at the next slide, I've gone through and started looking at animals. Well, how many of you grew up as a kid and wanted a tiger as a pet? Well, I got news for you. Now that can actually happen. They have created tigers as part of your pets. For those of us who adore Pokemon, or have grown up with it and always wish they could have a Pokemon next to them, you can have your own Pokemon! I have two slides of this, so I found a Vaporeon, which is the water Pokemon, and kind of like the Eevee Evolution series, so I went with this one. And then we have another really pretty Pokemon, and you can see how detailed they are. They're not just like crappy little animations, although these don't really have many actions like most of the others. Now, here comes my favorite, because I have been obsessed with dragons since I was little, and I ended up getting to experience more interaction with dragons since I joined IMVU. You will note, over my shoulder there is a dragon, and there's a little red one floating, and then another one that's animated above. You can't ride any of these, but I will be showing you one that you can in one of my virtual environments rooms. So the purple dragon, he just undulates around and he works as basically your bodyguard. The others are more like fashion accessories, but they're all in under the pets tab. So here's just an example of what you can find in the shop on those few slides. It can get diverse. It can also be pretty boring, but you can come up with some really cool mix and match costumes or expressing your inner style. Now, I'm about to show you the first virtual environment that they give you. Please note, universe collection of furniture, those are ones I've added from the shop. But you start off with this penthouse room, and I'm kind of giving you a panoramic screenshot of what it looks like. It's separated throughout the slides. If you check it, you'll be able to see all these different things, and yes, my character is highlighted because I didn't realize when I was taking the picture that my cursor was on her. And Ellie Nightwing is technically my art name, so art research paper works with this. Now, I want to show you one of the cooler environments I actually purchased when I first came on here. Yes, you don't have to stick with the virtual environment they give you. You can get your own. I bought the Fall Plaza. This is the part that tends to load up every time I walk in there. Scenery, plus you're ending up getting little parts each holiday. So I got the pumpkin during that. But there's the house off to the left corner. Really cool, really interesting place. And then here is the dragon that I was telling you about. So you're kind of in these places, you've been stressed, you've been crazy with schoolwork and everything else, and then you log on and suddenly it's like a hiatus, a nice vacation. No matter what mood you're in, you can go and you can do things you can't do in real life. I actually found myself getting a little way too absorbed while I was doing my research for this, because I spent a little longer in each room than I thought I was going to, and one night I actually didn't sleep because I was too absorbed in the game. So I've had to cut myself back considerably while doing this research paper. But anyways, those are my personal rooms. And actually, as in this last slide, you can see I am flying on one of my dragons. Kind of hard to see, but he just takes a little circle ride around. Then this is the chat room page. This is technically showing all the chat rooms I've visited. A good chunk of them I have actually saved, because you can put as favorites and you can go back there consistently, and then it'll give you notifications when people are in that chat room or the group you've joined are in there and you're ready to like start role-playing games or whatever. But this is it. It's kind of that Space Odyssey type thing. You can see from this image, you have the space capsule out here, the little ship, and then everything's inside the kind of, I wish it was brighter, image. So as we go in, here's kind of what it looks like. And yes, when the page creator is in, you can actually interact with the soldiers. They'll actually come dance with you and other things. But only the creator can actually make that happen because they've made the page. So you kind of get that idea of the wonder kind of right now with how it's created. Yes, this one I was actually in with the chat room for it. So kind of get that wonder kind of effect because suddenly there's this environment that's coming through your computer that you're interacting with, and yet you're lost in it. It's like you've walked, to steal the example from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, you stumbled through a wardrobe full of coats and found yourself in a snow-piled outdoor space kind of feel. It's not normal. So there's that one. And then this is another one. I wanted to show you kind of an example of what they had on, I guess you could say, the more classy looking clubs for environments. So this one is one of my favorites to go to when it's really going at night. Like midnight Georgia time is when it is jam-packed with people. They've got music playing, dancing, everything is just epic and full and gorgeous. And the people in here are pretty friendly too. You have to watch out because you can find a lot of jerks in these. But I've gotten several shots. You can see where they've got the bar showing up, and over on the other side, on the left, where you see all those little names, that's headed towards the dance floor where there's a lot of people showing. Here's the garden area that's out back of that particular room. It's got a tiger that you can actually you can play with, sit around and react with. There's birds that you can interact with. You can just relax. There's the pool. You can actually float in it, or you can hop on these little floaty things and dance, which I'm showing here. They're clear. They kind of look like glass of a sort, but they float around and you're able to dance on them or sit, or some have kissing actions. But that is IMVU from the nutshell of what I have been creating and using it for. So it's a really cool place, and I would recommend you go and check it out. So hopefully you will, and thank you for listening to my presentation, and and have a great day or evening. Thank you!